seated levator scapula. So I'm going to go on a little bit of an angle here. You're going to either hold onto a chair, which is a little bit more active, and this is passive, where you're actually sitting your butt cheek onto your hand to get a stretch. It all depends if you have a long enough torso. Some people can do this and their elbow is still quite bent, so it's not as much of a stretch. So making sure that you're pulling that shoulder back, tucking that chin, taking a breath, and just making sure those sit bones, those butt bones are grounded. Spine feels nice and neutral. And then we're going to slowly start tucking that chin as we bring the earlobe over to the shoulder, away from the side that we're stretching. So just pulling that shoulder gently back to give a little bit more of a stretch. We get a lot more than levator scap here. We're going to get some scalenes, right? We're going to get some maybe subclavicular muscles in here, subclavius. We're going to get a little bit of deltoid stuff. So when you turn your head like so, you're going to get even into the capitis muscles and occipital area as well. So where we create a lot of tension in there from having our neck forward all day and just carrying our head around. So we're just going to give it a little bit of a break. We're going to do a little bit of a passive. So we're just gently pulling over to the side and breathing in. As we breathe in, you're gently going to press your head back into your fingers. Make sure that this left arm, your elbow's pulled up. And then we're going to exhale and relax everything. Okay, if you're not feeling the stretch, remember to just gently pull this shoulder back on the right. As you inhale again, gently pushing your head into the fingers. Nothing should hurt during this stretch. Stretch is not to hurt you. It's just to give you a little bit of length in the muscle. When we get out of a stretch, to just quickly get out of a stretch, we can actually pull those muscles even tighter than they already were. So I take my hand, place it behind my head, and I brace it as I kind of bring it out of that stretch in an active way, but not in the same motion that that muscle that I'm stretching creates. So I'm going to use other muscles in my body to come back out of that stretch into a neutral position. Okay, let's try the other side. So sitting on that hand, let's do this side, we're going to do active. So holding on to the side, a little bit more active. So I'm holding, okay, shoulder is rotated back, chin tucked, earlobe to shoulder, feeling the stretch through the neck, I'm going to look down and get a little bit of more of a stretch in through the upper part of the neck, into the back of the head. Okay, and then I'm just going to come back in, tuck that chin into my levator scap. You can probably see it. It's tight as a banjo cord. I'm going to inhale. My fingers wrap widely around that skull. I'm going to inhale, press into the fingers. Exhale, head comes down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. I feel everything just loosening up and releasing. Not so tight in there anymore. Still needs some work. Okay, so I'm just going to go and do an active stretch, or the passive stretch, sorry. And it already feels less painful than the active stretch. So as long as you're not hurting yourself and you're listening to your body, you can do whichever one feels better for you. But again, once you're in that stretch, before you come out of it, take your head, brace yourself, maybe come down and around, and then lift yourself up. You can either do it with your hand or lift yourself up because you're not using those muscles that you just worked. Okay, so to come out of that stretch, just like this, kind of tighten it back up. So to come around and come back up using the neck extensors instead of that lateral flexor.